X is a video game with mechanics and enemies and levels, and for the first time ever is going to have a challenge run. So the game's coming out on Switch very soon. I'm playing this on Wii U. How the hell do battle mechanics work and why is this impressive? It's kinda not. First of all, no one understands how this game works. All the character tier lists are wrong. Barely a few of you know how overdrive works, or the fact that levels don't matter, and some of y'all think assault rifles are good. Oh, and Celica one-shotting the level 92 and the one-shot of Gravitas are as impressive as this video, but they don't have the spectacle of an 89 level difference. Also, yes, you saw me one-shot the final boss at level 1. This is not impressive and was triply easy. My build isn't even good. So why the f is this level 3 kill worth making a video on? That level 1 kill not? And what did I mean earlier when I said levels don't matter? Levels only have a noticeable effect on your HP stat and accuracy stats. All their stats are basically unaffected. And this is the type of JRPG that was designed for the player to never interact with the accuracy stat. And your HP is irrelevant because you either one-shot the enemy or the enemy one-shots you. Here's me killing the enemy this video is about at level 1. So what the hell is this about a level 3 kill then? Well, the level 1 kill was done by cheating our level down. The level 3 kill is done legitimately. There is no level down mechanic in this game. The challenge isn't how weak we can make ourselves and still win. The answer is very. The challenge is what is the minimum amount of progression needed to kill this enemy. This is a low percent run. Before we get into the low percent, what does a normal kill of this enemy look like? Well, let's first understand the combat system. There are 3 attack stats in the game. You pick one, and you get it as high as you can. If you ever think you have enough, no, you don't. But one of these is not like the other. Ranged attack and melee attack explain themselves pretty well. Potential? Like, I understand this is a sci-fi game in space with aliens. The ending is gonna be about the indomitable human spirit. I have in fact seen a movie before. But what does potential attack mean? Take a look at this funny green bar next to our current health. You've seen this bar before. Every game has it, and I mean every game has it. You do some funny little actions and it goes up, and you do some other funny actions and it goes down. So what can we use it for in this game specifically? You have ranged and melee attacks that use the standard attack stats, but then you have these funny TP attacks. Using these consumes that bar we just talked about. These attacks don't use ranged or melee stats, they use potential. And oh boy, are they broken. So now that we know how to deal damage, how do we avoid getting hit?
Ghost Walker!
Ghost Walker! Ghost Walker! Ghost Factory!
Astral Protection!
The fastest way to start pulling stuff like this is to master the Full Metal Jaguar class and get Ghost Walker at rank 8. In fact, there's a video of a low-level Luciel kill at level 20. When I saw it, I noticed he was at rank 10, not 8. That's an inefficiency and proves that if the fight started earlier, at least level 19 is possible. And maybe by doing a whole bunch of math, a level 13 or 14 might be possible. I had no idea the 111-hour hole I was about to dig for myself. Dual Gun's Ghost Walker may be the standard strat, but is it the best strat for a low percent? My first alternate idea was to perch on an island with a sniper rifle and abuse that some enemies can struggle with water. It worked. Luciel could still hit me with ranged attacks, but could not melee attack and wasn't even attempting to get to me. And I got closer and it still worked. Water wasn't what was breaking his pathfinding. Most enemies in this game have appendages that you can break. These dinosaur enemies are unique in the fact that they have feet appendages. These feet appendages prevent the main body from touching the ground, and that breaks their pathfinding. I had just discovered a glitch that only works on this exact type of enemy. Had I solved this run, or was the game gonna start exploiting itself to fight back? Let's start the run. There's a tutorial enemy we are forced to fight, and there's an area trigger we are forced into after leaving the tutorial. It is not possible to start the game at level 1, the best we can do is level 2. And from this point, we can fight the level 92 right now. Go into the ocean, start swimming, stay high to an invisible wall, and then walk this very specific path to avoid getting EXP from these area triggers. We start the fight, and we lose. Well, duh. So what's our win condition? Notice how this attack was thermal? All of his ranged attacks are. Our win condition is to get 100% thermal res, but only take 1 damage per hit. Every armor gives and takes some resistances. Relevant to this run, swimsuits give 25 thermal res per piece. And the earliest we can get one is during chapter 2 when the shop unlocks, but we'll need 45,000 gold. Back in the tutorial area, we collect these item orbs to sell for money. There is no danger of hitting any area triggers here, and we can save and quit to reload all the items. After about 30 minutes, we'll have all the money we need. While we're here in the tutorial area, at tutorial enemy, it's guaranteed to drop a weapon. We restart the game repeatedly until it drops an accuracy up assault rifle. Also, fun fact about the weather during the prologue, it's a special form of rain that is never seen again after this point. A similar thing happens in chapter 8 with Cloudy. There's also a completely unused weather condition called Sun Shower. On our way to the first boss fight, we get the base camp area trigger because those don't give EXP. Sadly, we need to skip every treasure and goodie because those do give EXP. We switch to Alma because she is the broken Full Metal Jaguar class, and this is what the speedrun does and what you can do in your own playthrough in March. We do the required fight to get into New LA, and this brings us up to level 3. A knowledgeable X player may ask why can't we use New LA skip to get in without raising our level. The shop is closed during chapter 1, but is also closed during the prologue, even though you're not expected to be here during that time. If it was open during the prologue, then the level 2 kill would be possible, and it would be the first and possibly only useful application of the skip. So close, and yet so far. You may have noticed my gameplay only has the time and area UI. This is how I normally play the game. The only pain point is that yellow indicators around treasures don't advertise themselves enough without the minimap, but other than that, the game works well without most of its UI, and it's pretty nice. This fight is guaranteed to drop a piece of armor. We reset until we can get a chest piece with HP rebound. This makes the level 92 fight slightly AFKable, and is very important for our sanity. We then need to do the chapter 1 and ew! Chapter 2, we buy 4 swimsuit pieces from the shop, and then the game tries to trick us into going into this one last area trigger. I may have sucked it up and pouted before, but this time I say no more. I'd rather backflip off this building because getting that EXP would be killing. And so I did. I swam and I climbed and escaped and went out to sea. I ran the precise path and faced my eternal enemy. And I died. The whole thing about feat appendages, I didn't understand that on my first attempt. That's 22 hours gone. So let's come up with a solution. You can target the main body from on top of this tree, but try as I might, it's not possible to get up without a mech. You see that? My position changed and the camera slowed down. Take a look at the default settings. This game forgets your camera settings every time you go under a ceiling. This has been one of the most annoying bugs for 10 years, and if it's not fixed in DE, I swear to fucking God. Also on this tree, there's a little guy. Back when online existed, you could see how many players a tyrant had killed and how many players had killed that tyrant. This is the least killed tyrant in the entire game. But with the tree not being an option, what hope do we have? All the way over here, there's this ledge with this rock on it. We can't even target Luciel from up here, but we can target him on the ground and then run all the way over here. During his walking animation, there is exactly 1 frame where we are able to target his body. With all that set up, now we start the fight, right? Just one more thing. We're missing a lot of shots. In the bottom right, you can see your position relative to the enemy. Being above grants a 20% buff to accuracy and critical chance. Being below grants a 10% buff, and being behind also grants a 10% buff. We can't get above him, but the game gives being below him for free. If we go to where he's standing and wait for him to walk away and fire at a specific time, we have now started the fight behind him without getting any area triggers. There's even some helpful markers. Don't go beyond this rock or we'll be in melee range, and don't go behind this bush or we'll be in a new area. I now get to spend the next 100 plus hours of my life here. In theory, we can just AFK and win now. Our thermal resistance is at 100, so we should only take 1 damage per hit. We have 25% chance
chance of recovering 25 HP every hit due to our HP rebound. We'll do damage with our auto attacks, and everything is chill. But we are using an exploit to make this possible. Everything must have an equal and opposite reaction. Luciel has an exploit of his own to use. You see those 7s? That's not normal. Levels have one more feature I haven't mentioned yet. The difference is used in the enemy damage calculation. His damage is being multiplied so much that the resistance calculation is glitching. If we don't find an additional way to heal, we'll die. Luckily, it's built right into the mechanics of the game. Soul voices are a complicated feature that you never really have to deal with. Just set with the speedrun sets and forget about it. In normal gameplay, you would barely even notice them missing. Basically, what they are is QTEs that activate under certain conditions and give HP and debuff. The soul voices that are relevant to this run are
damn weather. Somebody fix this!
Using these, we can heal ourselves when we get unlucky with HP rebound. We can't AFK this 100+ hour fight, but we can make it so it only requires active monitoring. This run is deceptive because you can go 20 hours without touching the controller, but at the same time, you could be dead in 20 minutes. Fun fact, HP rebound heals you before you get hit. Also discovered in this run is that the enemy HP bar decreases in 3 to 4 pixel segments. It's not continuous. Each segment takes about 45 minutes and there's well over 100 of them. By this point, I was 3 IRL days in and had used the home button to pause and sleep. If you're curious if the glitch causing the 7 damage can go higher, it can. By cheating our level to 1 and getting hit by the strongest attack in the game, we can take 8 damage with 100% resistance. By this point, we have put over 1 million bullets into Luciel. Where's all this metal coming from? After 110 in-game hours or 7 IRL days, we are on the final segment. Every 24 minutes is 1 in-game day. This means it's been 280 in-game days or a little over 9 in-game months. The story takes place over 3 months. We know the game explicitly tells us it takes 2 months for the life pool to reduce to 60% battery, and spoiler alert, it gets down to 1% in the finale for dramatic effect. This means the gangling and attack while we have this much progress, and the story finishes while we have this much progress. Last time I watched the Xenoblade content was in 2018. Is Luxon still the lore guy? I don't know. Whoever the Xenoblade lore guy is now, make a video on this. There's a lot of talk about with Lin being gone and thus not reminding Lau of his daughter, MC Alma being gone, and if the events of chapter 5, 8, 9, 10, or 12 play out the same. Some final interesting things. The immediate next story cutscene is an explanation of tyrants. We just killed one 89 levels above us. I think I know. We only go up to level 15 because of the 999 EXP cap. Without the cap, we would jump to level 45, and there will be a next time. It's not possible. That thing's a monster. This suit is your life, the tiniest fracture and you're dead. No! Ah! It doesn't matter if brimstone or snow, whether you're in the deepest forest or the driest desert, I will kill you. Was I always doomed to fail?